I did it again. I bought another bunch of books from book outlets. Legit, it was only a couple of months back on Black Friday that I bought like 10 plus books, and a couple of months before that I bought other ones, which I haven't finished reading all of them. I just get excited when I see some books. I'm like, oh my God, I want to read this. And I feel like I have FOMO, which is fear of missing out on certain books. I'm like, I need to have this. And yeah, just comment down below. Are you guys bookworms like me that when you see certain deals on books, you're like, oh my God, I need to have it? Absolutely. So let's just dive into it. See what are the books that I bought this time around. Every time I do this, I feel like a kid in Christmas morning just unpacking their gifts. This is still like fun every single time, even though it's legit the fourth time I've been doing it in the last couple of months. First and foremost, they give me a coupon code, which is super cool. So on my next order, I guess they're keeping me in, which is an amazing thing. So thank you for that. Let's jump into the first book over here, which is Mastery by Robert Greene. If you guys do not know who this author is, Robert Greene, I am a huge fan of him. I have previously read his book, what's it called? The Law of Human Nature, which I've done a book review on. He's just phenomenal. And this is another one that he dives into what it takes to be a master, which I've actually read. I wanted to go in depth with it even more and just highlight and really go into it. So that's why I picked it up. So a phenomenal book over here. Robert Greene. Another book over here, which is another of my favorite authors, Malcolm Gladwell, Blink. This is one of his first books that kind of put him on the map. So I'm excited to dive into this one. And the reason why I bought this one is because I've read actually his other one, David and Goliath. And I previously bought, which I guess I haven't showed you guys, there's two books that I bought on previous orders, which was Outlier by Malcolm Gladwell once again. So I wanted to get the whole collection. So that's one over here. Another one, oh yes, The Intelligent Investor. This is something that's been on my list for a little while by Benjamin Graham. So anything that has to do with investing. This guy was essentially the guy that kind of helped out Warren Buffett. He was his mentor. Warren Buffett started working for him at a very young age, and he knew that, hey, he's going to get great insights from him. So this book is kind of like almost the Bible, I could say, of investing and all that stuff. So I'm interested to dive into this one as well. It's a thicker book, but I definitely am interested to dive into it. Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. So if you guys do not know Simon Sinek, go check him out. Go check out his TED Talk. He has an amazing TED Talk on Start With Why, which actually I ordered that book as well. We're going to pull it up in a second. And yeah, Simon Sinek is amazing. So I'm really interested to seeing this ideology. And if I remember correctly, he was saying that the reason why this book is named Leaders Eat Last is that he always remembered his father, and people that are extremely successful always speak last and eat last. And by the mean by eat last is that he lets everybody speak and then a leader speaks afterwards. So I'm interested to dive into it and really get more ideas on that, as I am the CEO of my company and leadership is a must for everything that I do. So that's one over here. Now let's actually dive into the other one of Simon Sinek, Start With Why. This has been on my list for a little while as well. Once again, linked up with his TED Talk that made him like really famous several years back. His amazing interviews that he's done with Tom Bilyeu as well on Impact 3. Just this man is amazing. So I am excited to dive into this one as well, which once again, these ones are really good condition. If you guys don't know what book outlets it is, essentially it's a company that receives books from your local bookstore that can't sell a books, and they sell it at discounted rates. They usually come in fair condition. The only like real thing that comes with is like certain dots on the bottom or on top, just to show that, hey, that's the books that they're gonna sell. But these are books that have not been used. They're just a bit worn a bit, but once again, for the price, it's amazing. Over here, this is actually the reason why I did this order, and I'm gonna explain why. One of my my sales coach told me, Chris, this is a sales book you must read and your team must read. So the second he told me that, what did I do? I went on Book Outlet, check if they had it, and then they had it. And then from there, you're kind of just caught. You're like, you have to buy a bunch of other books. Goal Givers Sell More, and I love the aspect over here, just by the name, Goal Givers. It's essentially bringing value. The more value you bring to the community, the more value you bring to your customers, the more you're going to sell more, the more impact and income is going to come your way. So I'm really interested to dive into this one. I think it's going to be the first one that I'm going to dive into, just because my sales coach told me, hey Chris, you need to read this book. Another one over here, if you guys haven't checked out my My top 10 books that I read in 2020, which I read 52 books. This one made the list for number 3. The reason why I bought it is because, hey, if it made my top 3, I need to have the physical version of it, and it's just fun to dive into it, and I'm a huge fan of Kevin Hart. This one was an amazing book. It made me laugh from the beginning to the end. So yeah, I'm just excited to have it on my shelf and just go into it when I want and kind of highlight certain things that I like when I listen to the audio version. So that's another one over here. And another Malcolm Gladwell, which is going to complete the whole list over here. So The Tipping Point. So this is like one of his like top books as well. With this one, kind of got him on the map, as well as Outlier, like I previously mentioned. So I'm interested to just go through the whole series of Malcolm Gladwell's like books, because once again, I am just a fan of this man, and I'm excited about that. And finally, the last one over here, Leadership by John C. Maxwell. For people who don't know John C. Maxwell, this man, like legit, I feel like he publishes a book like once a month, and like legit books with great content. So he's like the GOAT when it comes to leadership. And his actual leadership started off by him being a priest and seeing how he was a good priest within his community. And then he saw a lot of things within leadership that he needed to learn to lead his segregation and so on and so forth. So this is one of his most recent ones. One of my coaching clients actually referred it to me. He's like, hey Chris, I've been reading this, it's amazing. So it's been on my list. The second I saw it pop up on Book Outlet, I picked it up. So yeah, these were the books that I ordered. And you know what? Wait a few seconds. Let me actually go pull up the 2 other books that I had ordered. So like I said, the book that I had previously ordered, I didn't show you guys, is Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. This is the book I feel like that really got him on the map. Most known for the 10,000 hours to be a master at something. So I just wanted to dive into this one. And another one over here, Split the Difference by Chris Voss. This is a great book on negotiations. I'm really excited to dive into this one as well. Chris Voss, essentially, he was a negotiator for the FBI for so many years. And once again, if you guys are watching this, I'm guessing you guys are a fan of books and reading and knowledge. So man, keep on doing that, because it's the greatest way to get educated and learn. If you guys like some of my content, don't hesitate at all to subscribe, like. My name is Christopher Dedian, and this channel is everything that has to do with peak performance, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. I'm just a fan of sharing knowledge and just doing what I do when it comes to this as well. And I have a book reviewing series that you guys could go check out. I just dive into the books and I review them afterwards. So I hope you guys have a blessed and grateful day. And before letting you guys go, there's some videos over here that could interest you. You guys could click it. As well, you have my profile picture over here. You guys could click and subscribe and join the family. I hope you have a blessed and grateful day.